Hi there. Before we get started today, I wanted to share with you a story about something weird that happened to me just today, actually. So I was on my way to work, and out of nowhere, this old man jumped out and started yelling at me. And he must have been a crazy person because he wasn't speaking any real language, at least that I could understand. It wasn't Chinese, it wasn't English, it was just kind of sounds. He was just kind of yelling, rah, rah. It sounds a little silly, but it was really uncomfortable. And so, of course, I don't want any confrontation, so I just try to go around him, try to pass him. But he kept blocking me. He was really focusing on me. And, he started touching me. His clothes were all wet. His hands were really, really dirty. To make a long story short, it was a really horrible experience. To make a long story short. Now that's today's first expression. To make a long story short. Now you'd use this expression for several different reasons. One, you might be trying to summarize a story, or you might just want to leave out long-winded explanations or complicated details altogether. Instead of explaining the long version, you can just say, to make a long story short. Now, let me give you an example. It might make it a little simpler. All right, let's see. Hey, I had a really bad day today. To make a long story short, I got fired. Okay, to make a long story short. Okay, that's a pretty long expression. So it doesn't really make sense with what it's trying to accomplish. So you can also just shorten to make a long story short and just say long story short. Let's take that same example again and you'll see. Hey, I had a really bad day today. Long story short, I got fired. So today's second expression is a little bit weird. It's to add insult to injury. Now I know what you're thinking. What the heck is to add insult to injury? Well, actually, it's not that complicated. What it means is to make an already bad situation worse. I think the best way for you to understand is to just give you an example. So here we go. I have been running late all day. This morning, my car wouldn't start. So I had to take my bike to work. And to make matters worse, to add insult to injury, I got a flat tire on the way. Add insult to injury. Sometimes this expression, to add insult to injury, can mean to hurt the feelings of someone who's already been hurt. Just like in this picture. Poor dog. Okay. To add insult to injury, to make a long story short, practice today's expressions, understand them, then master them. And when you have, come back to Perfect English for more. See you next time.